You speak about the sort of romanticization around female sacrifice.
Yeah.
When I was researching for our conversation, I was reading a lot of old articles about you.
Yeah.
And some of them were so sexist, they would not be written today. But back in the year dot, Tarun Tejpal, now out on bail in a rape case, says about you, she's got everything she wants but acclaim. It's her good looks that sell her books. Do you remember that review?
Extremely well, because I did get a chance to get my own back, which I rarely do with anybody. Honestly, I can absorb the worst. I mean, the worst things. And you're talking about sexist reviews. And back then, nothing has changed. Nothing.
They would still say this kind of
yes, they would.
Crap today.
Oh, yes, they would. And very often, for example, at LitFest, I think I've given a pretty good presentation. I've talked about my work, my life, but the questions at the end of the day will always come from guys, also a few women, who would say something about my appearance, my looks, my, like I'm almost like a medical miracle sort of walking around. I feel like a freak show, like a museum piece. But to get back to Tarun, many, many years later, at that point, I didn't respond. I never respond to
But what did you feel when you read that?
No, when I read that, I said, what a swine. Honestly, I just felt, what a spiteful man.
Yeah.
And, then it was done and dealt with, but it was always there.
Yeah.
So when he wrote his book and I was asked to review it many years later, he's a very, very good writer. You can't take that away from him. He's a terrific writer. We've made our peace, and it's no longer something that when I see him in public, I'm going to say, oh my God, you awful, spiteful swine of a man.
But that's what you think of him.
But I did.
Is that what you still think?
No, not at all. I don't care anymore. I'm completely indifferent, like I am to 99% of the people around in our kind of, in media. But back then, so when I got the chance to review his book, I mean, I had a one-line thing, which I said, what a pity his looks won't sell his books.
Touche. And also look at how life turns, right? He gets implicated in a rape case.
Yeah.
He's now living his life in the shadows, and here you are still insatiable at 76.